Peace to the gods, shout out to the goddesses. I go by Naafie Bay, the hip hop magi. You can just call me Naafie. It's cool. Um, this video, I'm gonna be talking about actually the magic of hip hop, right? Or the magic of art in itself. You know, we can kind of do like a two in one because art is expression and hip hop is about self expression. And I feel like we as melanated people aren't understanding the power of an art form, particularly one that is a culture that pretty much has dominated the world. You know what I mean? Um, and even though this form of it is new, the concepts themselves aren't new. And I'll break it down. So, first we got to understand what hip hop really is. Anybody watching my videos, I highly encourage you to watch KRS1. He pretty much breaks down what hip hop really is, and I'm gonna just summarize things that I got from him, right? Um, hip. What does it mean to be hip, right? We used to, they used to say it back in the day, but hip means to be intelligent, means to be doing the it thing, right? Be in the know. So that's hip. And then hop is a forward movement, bunnies hop, right? So when we talk about hip hop, it's literally supposed to be an intelligent movement. Just based off, it's supposed to be an intelligent movement, straight up. Um, and you then ask yourself, sidebar, what now? What are companies now calling hip hop? And is that with the original purpose? It ain't, but stay along with me. So, then, well, what does it mean to know, right? Well, the best thing you can know is yourself. So, you know, through that, you start to see that um, it's an intelligent movement about oneself and one's environment. And you're expressing that through four different elements, right? Four different art forms, which is graffiti writing, DJing, MCing, and breaking or break dancing, right? Now, if you break these down and just, simplify it, right? You have DJing, which is essentially, manipulating your environment, right? I don't even want to say manipulate because that kind of connotates a bad thing, but let's say uh, using the things in your environment to complete a task, right? You know what I mean? A DJ, right? They use the songs that are in their environment or in their world to create a vibe for a particular space. You know what I mean? That's what DJs literally do. DJs can shift the whole energy of a room. Then you have MCing, right? It's not the EMCEE, but the M.C. which is master of ceremonies, right? That's what MCing really is. And their particular mode of practice is, rap. And rap stands for rhythm and poetry. Rap is an acronym that stands for rhythm and poetry, right? So, then when we talk about poetry, that's divine speech, right? Most holy books are very poetic in nature. Most people we admire are very poetic in nature when they write. So, little nugget, take that with you. Um, then you have graffiti writing or graph, right? AKA wall art. Our story speaks for itself. We always draw on walls or what have you. And then you have breaking or break dancing or dance in general. Every culture dances. So even though this iteration of human expression is called hip hop, right? This is the reason why it has taken over the globe because there really isn't a right or wrong way to do hip hop. But with that, we now have four principles that govern it, right? Which is peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. Or peace, love, joy, unity, right? These are the principles that govern hip hop. So when you're expressing oneself, it should be towards peace, love, joy, and unity, right? Now, where we get the discrepancy as far as the principles and what hip hop was really built for is that people are talented. People are great at their expression. So they use it to essentially make a dollar, man. Like, capitalism, right, is used to capitalize on an idea to make money, right? So they saw this in the 80s, said, "Oh my goodness, this thing is dope." So, you know what I mean? They came out with Rapper's Delight and commercialized hip hop. And this is when you got the split from culture versus capitalism, right? And again, I'm really just summarizing what KRS One teaches, right? But this is pretty much the basic format for what hip hop really is. Now, as far as the magic of it, right? The power of expressing oneself, right? Notice how artists, whatever they rap about, comes into existence, right? So I always use Lil Wayne as an example, right? Because look at what Wayne raps about, right? Female genitalia, okay, money, weed, lean, that type of stuff, right? And this is what manifests in his life. Or he's saying he got shooters, right? Everybody that say they got shooters, sometimes they end up getting shot, right? Or end up getting hemmed up because of some gun stuff, right? Anyone that has prophesied their own death, poet, prophecy, anyone that has talked about their own death in their music, it has happened to them, right? Especially if they repeat it. You know what I mean? One and done, there's not a whole lot of energy behind it, so whatever. But generally speaking, rappers who continuously talk about somebody coming after them or whatever like that, generally happens. So ask yourself, what is behind that for it to happen, right? What is driving that to happen? We know that words are spells. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm feeling burpy right now. Excuse me. We know that words are spells. We know that words have power, right? We can see how someone talking to us can influence our mood and influence what we do, right? So, with that being said, imagine that type of speech, some powerful speech, spoken rhythmically over instrumentals, and we know how powerful the music is, right? We can listen to a certain piano and feel a certain type of way, right? It needs no words. You know what I mean? So couple that with words that also reinforce whatever that mood is, and you get something, especially spoken rhythmically, or even saying, singing is just as powerful too, right? We get something that's extremely powerful, right? Even shifting away from music, we can talk about like paintings or graphic art and things of that nature because we're in the digital age. So that's just as important, right? An image, right, can invoke a lot of things for a lot of people. I'll use anime as an example, right? I ain't gonna lie, I was just looking at some anime stuff, but whatever. It's interesting to see, or even video games. It's interesting to see what a picture or an image from a well-known game or a well-known anime. It's interesting to see the reaction, or even cartoons. You know what I mean? Or shows. That image can invoke a lot in someone. Why is that? Right? I was hiking on a mountain with someone, and there was a quote on a rock that said, "Art is alive, nothing is real." Right? Very powerful quote, but it speaks to what I'm talking about. Like, somehow, some way, expressing oneself, I'm going slow because take this with you, expressing oneself holds a lot of weight, right? We can say that life itself is an expression of a divine force, right? Or expression of universal law, or expression of God, however you want to paint it, right? Or expression of self, right? The unified self. Say that, right? Say however whatever floats your boat, right? So life is an expression of this unified self, God, Allah, the all, universal law, etc. Right? And look how powerful that is, right? Look how powerful like a something like a tree, right? A family tree. You know what I'm saying? Look how powerful just that in itself. Look how that can springboard into other things and show you the power of expression, right? So, with that being said, now let's veer back to the art forms, right? Even hold on, got my face covering that, but even look. I don't know if y'all can see. Okay, so even that, right? Even this image can invoke a lot for a lot of people simply because it's a melanated woman with her hair in a bun, you know what I'm saying? Looking very stoic. Like, even this, you know what I'm saying? This image can invoke a lot. Or the flowers right here. Oh, I'm pointing. Even the flowers right here. You know, this can invoke like peace and those types of things. Or even the Buddha that's right here, right? Even that can invoke the same type of thing. Or even the fez right here, right? That can invoke a lot of things for a lot of people. So you then ask yourself, like, how powerful are these expressions? So when we deep dive it further for just our individual selves, you then ask yourself, well, damn, how powerful is my song? How powerful is my painting? How powerful is my graphics, right? What can that do for someone else based off my own expression, right? So I'm saying all this to say that your art form can, in fact, manifest things, right? Your art form can, in fact, elicit reactions in people based on your intention that you had when you made it. So if you rap in violence, right? That's the reaction that is going to be activated in people. And those are the people that are going to be listening to you, right? Or if you're making a violent type video, them the type of people that's going to tune in. If you make a something more love based, right? A lot of romance, a lot of, getting in that bag, then those type of people will come listen to you or look at your work. Those type of people will tune in to what you're doing, right? So you got to ask yourself these questions, man, as an artist, right? I made a song called The Creator's Manifesto. It's on my channel. You can find it, right? Ask yourself, what is your art expressing and why, right? Because that's what you're manifesting. That's what has power. And that's what's going to pretty much shape your reality. And we all express, right? Expression is not exclusive to like me, you know what I mean? Or someone else who has a particular talent or skill, right? There's a difference between being talented and skilled. Some people have an innate talent and innate gift, And by honing it, it becomes a skill. You become skilled at what you do. Anyone can become skilled with simple time, right? Just putting dedication, putting the work in, you can become skilled at anything you want to do. But some people have, I don't want to say a head start, but they were blessed with I ain't gonna say blessed, I can't say blessed. They were given a gift when they were born or when they were incarnated in order to, you know what I mean, fulfill a purpose. And then over time, they see this gift and they hone it and it becomes a skill. So some people do have that innate gift and turns it to a skill. And some people don't even use their gift. It is what it is. But my point being, we got to be mindful of how we express ourselves out here. Because if we want to change an environment, we have to express things differently, right? When I look at hip hop or art now, although talent-wise, it is A1, it is great, right? The issue is that we're expressing the same ideas, right? So I'll use Benny the Butcher as an example. Shouts out to him, dope MC, right? And this is not me trying to attack Benny the Butcher, but we can only express so much pain, right? He just dropped a track talking about what's going on as far as mass shootings. And the awareness is important. Can't deny that, because he has a huge platform. And by expressing that, he's bringing light to some things that people who aren't really in tune and aware ignore. And that's a good thing, right? And all of his music ain't, in that violent or pain type of way. For me, it's about a consistency thing, right? And I ain't even just saying for him specifically. Like I said, shout out to Benny the Butcher, he's a dope MC. My whole thing is, as a collective, right? I think that our expression needs to be more directed toward unity, love, peace, love, joy, unity. You dig? Like, really, truly. And if we put energy behind that, we will see that. But I know that if we continue to express pain and violence and hatred and these types of negative emotions, that's all we're gonna manifest. So, and we're manifesting all the time with or without our knowing. So this is where, we just have to ask these questions about our own expression and about, I ain't gonna say ask about the expression in others, but, being mindful of what you're watching and what you're watching is expressing, because art is powerful, man. And I think that in order to move to the next phase of wherever we going, art is important. You know what I mean? Art is vital, because even as we gain these ideas and gain these insights, and become more aware, we need art forms and expressions that reflect that to reinforce what it is we know and not fighting against it. So, my 2 cents, I just work here. I hope that this video gave you some insight on how powerful art really is, how powerful hip hop really is, and I could go on and on and on about, just what hip hop has done, not only for me personally, but for people I've known, and really just how powerful of an expression it really is. But another time, another place, I definitely can do a deep dive on it. So if you're interested in having a Zoom class on, the different ways hip hop can really just change someone's life, right? Because that's what it's done. It's changed lives for a lot of people. If you're interested in something like that, comment below and I'll definitely put together like a Zoom call. You know what I mean? It might be free, where we can just talk about more hip hop related things rather than just art in general, right? Which hip hop is art, so the two start to blend together, because they are together. Hip hop is art, you know. So that being said, guys, I'm out of here. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. You're awesome. And until next time, peace.